Hello everyone. 5 o'clock on Wednesday and mail call. So I'm just going to give everyone a second to jump. Okay, does everyone have a connection? Okay, hopefully we'll have a good connection on this. I tried to do this on my computer. I just had a conference call with the people from Salem Hospital. That's why I'm wearing a collared shirt and I'm clean. Well, I'm clean from the top down, not from the bottom down. I put a collared shirt on so I look clean, but as many of you realize, I've been running around like a lunatic all day. So I'm just clean. I put earrings on and collared shirt and looked like I was a normal person for a few minutes. And then I hadn't been running around with a pig all afternoon. And we're talking about the project of bringing animals to Salem Hospital, which is still in play. I'm meeting one more meeting with them. The big meeting today was what I've learned so far is that the people that go, I shouldn't have been surprised, but with the volunteers that we have lined up to go, and this is going to be mostly managed by Bella, that they all need to have Cory checks. So I'm working on that. And that seems, Cory checks and also a list of the vaccines that they've had, because it is a hospital. And that they already have 2 dogs lined up. I'm supposed to come up with, at starting point, 8 more, which I've done my part on that. So that's good. I actually thought I had needed more, but 8 dogs that have been tested as for the use of going from bed to bed, and we're good there. So let's see what else is going on. There's been a lot. It's been a super busy week, in addition to the fact that, what was it? I guess it was Sunday night. I got sick. And all day Monday I was in bed sick, which is very rare for me. But I had a huge head cold. It might have been allergies, but and then I overdrugged myself with everything I could find. I took Benadryl, and that didn't seem to do anything. So I took NyQuil and Dayquil and everything on top of that. So I basically was a train wreck all day Monday and got nothing done. And fortunately, the team stepped in to take care of the job that we had on Monday and getting the animals sorted out. So that was Monday. Today's Wednesday. So what was yesterday? Things happened so quickly. Yesterday, what did we do yesterday? Did we have a job yesterday? I think we had a job. Okay, so let me go back in my memory. We had a job today. That was good. I do remember that. I'm going to have to pull it up on the calendar. Isn't that terrible? I'm like so frazzled. I can't remember what I did yesterday. So I have my calendar up. So I'm going to look right now. Let's go over to the calendar. And got to make a second. There's the calendar. And that will help me. Okay, so there's a questions about what we did today on the calendar. Come on, there we go. Let's go to the calendar. Oh, boy. Having a problem with my computer. It seems to be frozen right now. There we go. Go back over here. Go to the calendar. Okay. Oh, today. Okay, so let me remind. Today we did Brentwood. Yesterday we didn't have anything. What did I do yesterday? There was something big that we did yesterday. Okay. All right, it'll come to me. So today we did Brentwood, which is over in Danvers, and Judy and I went with Piggy, and I brought the new big chicken. Well, the chicken that we use for the chicken shatting, because I've been told she's not been pooping well. And we have the 2 little chickens that I had down in South Carolina. We have the good chicken, the small one that I call Coco, and the other one's Chanel. And Chanel's been pooping a lot, and that's a little bit, and people like to hold them, so they can only hold Chanel now because, no, they can only hold Coco now because Chanel has pooped on somebody twice. So, but it was okay. It was totally fine. So I don't like to put her on people because I'm always afraid. And when I put her on people, I usually put a little paper towel just in case she poops. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try the big one because the big one's been doing the chicken chatting, and she seems to never want to poop when she's chicken chatting, and it takes a long time for her to poop. When you bring her on a job, she does poop a lot, yes. But the good news is the consistency of her poop makes it very easy to clean up. And the other, Chanel, when she did poop, it was a little liquidy, so it was hard to clean up. So that's why I tried to cut her from the script and then just take this big fluffy, the big black one with lots of spots. She's gigantic. But she did poop a couple times. So, but I left her in the wagon, and I was able to take Coco, the little small one, and put her on to several people that wanted to hold and cuddle with the chicken. And I left the big one in the baby carriage, and therefore they could pat the big one, and that was good enough. They didn't have to hold her, but she did poop a couple times. So we've cured her for chicken bingo, but she seems to be broken for. I can't put her on people, but she's so big, I don't think you want to. So I think I'm going to continue using the black and white spotted one and the little Coco, because Coco's so good. So now that we've talked about that, I hope that's entertaining to you, but it's not really entertaining, but that's just part of what we have to do is we select animals for our program based on their potty habits, because at the end of the day, we're on cleanup duty along with everything else. Like, I know that Piggy is good. He never goes inside. He waits he waits to get outside, and then you got to stop, and he does his pees out there. Sometimes he does a little potty out there, just like a dog. He goes out with Larky and Wanda, and they go and they do their business, and he goes right there and does his business too, so which is all good. So he's good. The rabbits never have any accidents. The chickens, now that we've discussed that scenario, I think I've got it sorted out. The Coco can be held by people, and the big one can be patted she seemed to like it. So she's a very funny, she's big, like she's big chicken, which is fun. I like that. And she's been well handled, so she wasn't stressed at all. And then we have like Flower and Delight, who I've got to get Delight, who, though both of those are selected for the program because they don't usually potty inside. And like Charlie did like to potty inside, and it was a lot to clean up. So he's now in a different home, which is good. So that's part of the selection process. I know it seems a little random the way we choose our animals, but the good news when you go into a nursing home, and it's not like going into a children's party or a public setting where the animals, if they have an accident, the staff at these nursing homes are always like, we're used to it, because what they see is probably worse than what we see, because everything that we see, well, for the equines, it's organic, and so they never really stress out about it. But I always, quick to clean it up. And we carry, I've gotten it down to a science. I've got paper towels. I've got those rolled wrappy things that are wet wipes. Bring wet wipes. We have a bag that has all of the emergency stuff in there. So we're very organized about it. So, so we brought the big chicken today. The bottom line on that. Some of the other things, I know this is not quite as fun. It's raining outside too, so I was like, well, do I run outside and do a mail call outside? But it's actually raining pretty hard, so I will have to take off my nice collared shirt and put on a raincoat and go outside and feed the animals. This morning was a little bit chaotic because I had to get to the dump because I'm still trying to clear out, a lot of you have heard that our animals, I like things to be free and have green grass and happy animals like green grass. So, but the whole property along the back is fenced in for the most part, although Arthur's found his way out every once in a while. But they can still go down the driveway and still get out on the driveway side. So I'm putting in a new fence there, which has caused me to have to clean up more. There's more trash down there. So I had a pile of trash, and while I was gone over the winter, all the manure that over the winter, which is a lot, we have a manure pile, but because of the snow, we had so much snow that they couldn't actually reach the pile. So it's become out the back by the tanner it's a manure area. There's like little piles where people have dumped wheelbarrows here and there in an acre. So I have to push it all back with the tractor and then load it into the dump trailer and then bring it to the place that takes the manure and then grinds it all back down into topsoil, and then you can buy it back. So it's really funny. I go in there with a load of manure in the dump trailer, and then I dump my manure and I go over there, and then I get loaded with topsoil and use that topsoil to help grow grass around here. It seems a little bit funny that I have to bring the inventory and then buy it back, but that's just the way it is. It's free to dump off the manure, which I'm very pleased about. So I had to go to the dump this morning and then get back. I had to bring the boat project is still in play, so I had to go pick up some pieces for the boat that are really long in the big trailer, in my big trailer. But of course I hate hooking and unhooking trailers. So the trailer hitch is not working, and the trailer has had a bad flat tire. I always say there's problems on top of problems. So I had to deal with all that this morning. And we had this booking for Brentwood today. I know Cloud, Linda, has been saying that this week looks a little bit wonky because we've got a bunch of tentatives. And so they texted me last night that, oh yes, we do want to see you at Brentwood tomorrow. So we came back and had to scramble and get to Brentwood. All good though, because the priority really is to get to these to get to appointments. So everything else takes a back seat. So I came back, we unhooked the trailer, got it successfully unhooked with a little bit of stress there, but and then left, and I didn't clean up the barn at all, and left, went to the job, came back and got the job done. We saw, I want to say 30 people today, roughly 30 people. I haven't filled out the form for Cloud yet, but so that's today. So I'm looking at these comments, and people are talking about Percy. What does Percy eat? Just about anything. His favorite is grapes. He doesn't like peppers. There's a whole list of things that you would think that pigs would like, but he doesn't like. He likes spinach. He doesn't like celery. He doesn't like peppers. He likes tomatoes. Loves apples. And he doesn't like orange peels. Doesn't like banana. I thought he would eat things like banana peels, but he doesn't eat that sort of stuff. And doesn't like broccoli, doesn't like cauliflower, but he loves dog treats. And so I try to bring him healthy snacks because I don't want him to get really fat. So I bring grapes for him, and so he eats the grapes. Sometimes he eats the dog cookies, but I try to focus him on grapes. And so he was good today. You miss seeing Jemmy and Elvis. You know, I'm trying to figure out the best way to put everybody. So it's a little bit of a moving target. Right now I've got the chickens in with I think I'm going to be rethinking. The big stall right now has the chickens and Sally in it because there's a run out where they can go outside, and there's a big run out. So but I know people want to see closer of Elvis and Jemmy. So I gotta rethink where we're putting everybody, because there's a lot of right now the turkeys. The big turkey yesterday we had Bao come, he's had turkeys on farms in Brazil for years, to look at the bigger boy turkey. I don't know what you guys call him, the big guy. And because he's looking like he's footsore. And Bao said, yes, he is footsore. And to keep him off the concrete. So he's living outside, which is fine, out in the, where the goats go. That's where he's going to stay. There is shelter there for him. And So he's staying outside, which leaves and we have you can't put all the turkeys together because they fight. So Sally's going to have to go out to, I'm going to move Sally across. That means I can move the chickens someplace. Can I put the chickens back in the chicken thing, which is really where I'd like them. But that's kind of a small area. And then what do I do with the rabbits? The rabbits can't go out with, so I have to figure this out. Working on it. And I will work on getting Jemmy and Elvis back in that stall because that's where I like them. But there's a couple things that I need to put into place. So I'm working down that path. But I'll try to get Jemmy and Elvis because I like them back in that stall, and they're good with Sally. But I can't remember while I was gone, was Sally out with the donkeys? Somebody told me that, and I was like, I can't believe the donkeys didn't go after Sally because they'd like to go after the pig. But I can work on that, getting them back into that stall. I just there's lots of Tom Turkey was back in the goat area of the barn. He should be well. I don't want him on the pavement. So, but the goats have to go out there. Okay, so that's a question. Maybe I should put the turkey. I'll have to consult with Elizabeth because it seems like we got to think about where everybody's living and maybe make some adjustments. Wanda's behind me. I'm in the loft right now. Oh no, she's over there. She's right there on the bed. She's here. She went today, and okay. So Linda's asking about tomorrow. Tomorrow was tentative at Hawthorne Hill, and I just talked to them. They want to be on the 20th. They want to do the farm visit on the 20th, but tomorrow's their tentative to come here. We're just not ready, and the weather's not going to be good. So we're not ready for them. So I've moved them to the 20th for a farm visit, and I moved the people that were on the 20th to the 27th because that was because on the 27th I couldn't. Yeah, so I had to. I've been working on the schedule today too, because if you are looking at the same schedule I am, if you could all see this schedule, which I can hold it. Let me turn this. I'm afraid to even touch the camera, but if you look at our schedule, I'm turning this around. There's the schedule right there, and you'll notice every single day is booked in May. So that's what we deal with. And then I've got emails. Here's our email, and trying to coordinate all of that mess. So that's the schedule. And so next week we've got, for example, on Monday, the red dot here on Monday is Aiken Rehab because we're still doing, we are still doing the Aiken stuff. And I did talk to Angela, I texted back and forth. They went yesterday. She sent me pictures yesterday with a new dog, and she has a new volunteer. So that program is starting to get, isn't there a court case in this month? Yes, there is a court case. So that the program in Aiken is starting to get legs. So they're on for 10 a.m. On Mondays and also on the 15th on Fridays. Mondays and Fridays, the red dot is Aiken, and then the green dots are all what we have going on here. And there's still people adding, and I have a million messages I'm trying to go through. I'm just going to turn this thing back around here. Hold on. There we go. I'm still going through the messages today and people are saying, well, I'm trying to book for this day, but there's no availability. Can I get this day? And trying to plug people in. That's where we get some of the green where I put them in tentative. Yes, if I look like I have a cold, it's because I do have a cold. But it's not, it only slowed me down on Monday. I still can't remember what did I do yesterday? Do you ever have those complete blanks? Yesterday, I know I fed the animals. Did we have a job yesterday? I can't remember. I think I went someplace with Judy. I'll have to remember this. This is bothering me now. Okay. So, and yes, there is a court case on the 19th. And I remember yesterday I ran into Shep at Dunkin' Donuts, our lawyer, and I was rushing out because we were on our way someplace to a nursing home. yesterday. Linda, where did we go yesterday? I think Judy filled out the form. Okay, so, and I ran into our lawyer yesterday, and he said that there's nothing new. It's radio silence on the other side. But we do have something coming up on the 19th, and I'm looking at the calendar right there, and we're also, see where we are on the 19th. Is Percy going to live with Carlene? He's already living with Carlene. My nose is a little bit runny. Oh, but I have Kleenex right here. Right. My little desk. Very little desk. I know I mopped my mother's floor yesterday. So there's nothing new on the court case at all, other than it hasn't gone away, unfortunately, and it doesn't look like it's going to. But chin up. I don't know if anything's happened with the other court case too, because remember there was the builder was suing them. I don't know if anything there's happened. But our court case is, I guess we have to go in front of the judge one more time before we have our trial. And so that's where we're at. There was nothing on the calendar for yesterday. What did we do? We had something yesterday. Can't remember what I did yesterday. Okay. All right, we'll just move on. Okay, we'll pretend that I have a good memory. It's probably because I'm still hungover from all the medications I've been taking. I just over-medicate at night, and I sleep so well. That NyQuil stuff, you have to be in your full night-night clothes and close to your bed when you take a swig of that, because it just puts you out. Like, so much so that I wake up in the morning and my tongue is dry from, I think I'm sleeping like woof. So, yeah, so I'm definitely not on all cylinders. What about, okay, so he is living with Carlene really well. He's housebroken. He's been going in he goes outside with the dogs and does his business. I'm right above her, and I listen. Like, it's so funny. I feel like I'm such a mother. If I hear Percy in the morning squealing or doing anything, I jump up like, "Oh, is everything okay down there?" And he's been fine. He gets up, he goes outside, he does his business. She feeds them. He has a little bed. It's right next to the fire, so he's really digging it. He likes it. Unfortunately, he really wants to be out with the horses, and that's a problem, because every time he goes outside, he runs to the gate and he wants to go out with Chester and Sunshine, who I don't like when he goes out with them. He's been out with them I could not prevent him from going out with Chester and Sunshine. That's all he wanted to do and I finally got to the point I watched him with Sunshine and Chester and they loved him. He would sit there and scratch against their legs. They'd snuggle with them. At one point, Sunshine was standing there, resting, and you could tell she was taking a nap, and Chester was taking a nap, and they were all standing, just relaxing in the sunshine. And Percy was lying like a baby horse in front of them. They were like mother and, like a mother and father horse protecting a baby horse which was a pig. They really love Percy, but the donkeys don't really like Percy, and Flower doesn't like Percy. She wants to kill him. So that makes for very exciting when Percy, and he keeps breaking into the fence to get in to be with the horses. And yesterday was awful because they did go riding yesterday. Oh, I know what I did. I cleaned the back. That's what I did. Okay, yes. So no, we didn't have a job. But you're right. Thank you for reminding me. The horses got ridden by Michelle rode Sunshine and Betsy rode Chester. And they went off the back and went for a trail ride. And what I did in the back was I cleared the path, because one of the things that we've had happening is that Northeast ARC, the Wilburn group that we go to. They used to come here every Wednesday. They want to come here twice a week with two different groups, and they want to be able to take the animals for a walk. So I had to clear the path in the old A field. I cleared that path with the tractor, And, because trees had come down and branches were all over the place, and I did a lot of snip, snip here, snip, snip there. And the whole place is clear, so we can get around it with a golf cart if we had a golf cart that would make it around. We don't have that bus golf cart anymore, unfortunately. So we have, you can get around with a golf cart. You can get around comfortably walking, riding horses and everything else. Because the animals that we have are all, going to be safe for taking for donkey walks around there with these, the Northeast Arc are severely disabled, of all ages, and they do like to take the animals for a walk around those loops. So it's all ready for them. And I can't do the clear. I spent some time clearing the loop around the ponds, but there's a little flooding still going on, and I can't get in there with the tractor, so I haven't done that yet. But the whole back, that's what I did yesterday. Very pleased about getting that piece of area ready for the donkey walks. Okay, so someone said that the pre-trial conference is on the 14th at 2 p.m., not the 19th. Okay, so that's coming up. I can't even believe that how many years has this been going on? I have never had a lawsuit like this before, so that's a lot. So so anyways, hopefully in October, hopefully it will end. I can't imagine it would continue going on like this forever. So we well over $100,000 in legal fees, well over $100,000. And that severely limits what we can do for Goldy's farm, because as you know, like you guys are generously contributing to Goldy's farm. I've generously contributed to Goldy's farm, but I also have to manage the fact that money needs to go to this damn lawsuit. Okay, so moving on from that, because that'll put me in a bad mood immediately. Van hunting. Okay, so speaking of funds, I've been van hunting, and I've made the decision that everything's too expensive, and I don't want to buy. I've looked at the vans that we want. I need to go with a passenger van, and for reasons like the cargo vans are less expensive because they're cargo vans, but you can't put seats, because what I'm trying to solve for is we need to bring more volunteers and more animals. And what we need is everything's $30,000 and 100,000 miles on it. So really don't want a new van is $50,000. We're just not there. I'm not, I've applied for all these grants. I don't know whether we're going to get them, and they're all in a month or two waiting. So I've decided, why don't we just run my truck into the ground? I have got that big, gigantic gray pickup truck. The only thing I really need it for is to get my horses to Aiken and back. Because when I'm in Aiken, I've got another car that I drive down there. So we're just going to use that today. I know you guys aren't going to like this, but we put Larky in the back, and we put the 2 cages. They're plastic cages. And then we put, I just did this as a trial to see if it would work. I put in the very back of the tailgate, there's ties there, so you can clip in these the two cages. I clipped them in the very back. I put the 2 chickens in the first one, and I put Percy. I put him in the cage next. I clipped them on either side so the cages were secure, and then I flipped up the tailgate. So they had lots of air coming in the sides, because it's still, if it's raining, they won't get wet because they're plastic. And the fronts of them are facing the tailgate with about a 4-inch. So they get lots of airflow, so they won't get too hot, but they also won't get wet either. And I don't see that's any different than putting animals in a stock trailer. So that's what we're going to do for right now. If we're not bringing the horses, we can also hook up the small trailer. But again, problems on top of problems. The small trailer is full of hay. There's over 100 bales of hay in the small trailer that I have to unload. And I just didn't feel like doing it this week because I haven't been feeling well. Sorry. And so we're going to then hook up we're going to milk along with the F350. It's a gas guzzler, but it's a well-maintained, really nice truck that is starting to look the inside's starting to look like my mother's car, which is disgusting, gross, awful. So that's good. And I will then start to try to find a runaround car. If anybody wants to donate a car to Goldy's Farm, that would be great, because we do need like a quick runaround car. What about a canopy for the back of the truck? It's an 8-foot bed for that truck, and I don't think we need it with the I'm trying not to put any investment in anything, but I don't think we need it with the types of cages. You see, if you look out on one of the cameras right now, the cages are right out there. They're in there. There's little holes in the side, so they have air. They get air, but they're big enough so that they're not going to get wet, and there's airflow, so they're not going to be too hot. So I think this would work. And if they're uncomfortable, we're also going to be able to use the trailer. So we're going to try this, and I'm not going to buy a van because that would be $30,000. And right now we are doing great thanks to Goldy's Warriors, but we've not gotten a lot of grant money in because we've been a new organization, and I've done my best to file, but it takes a long time to, like the grant application that I did last summer. I wrote it last September, October. I think it was due in September. I can't remember the exact date. We're not going to find out till June on whether we got the grant. We did make it to the next round, which is the final round, which is very exciting, but I don't know if we're going to actually get it. And if we do, then I can revisit the van thing. But right now, my truck is going to be used for Goldy's Farm, which leaves me without a runaround car, which I can use the red car as well too. So we're just going to try to make it work. But if anybody has a car that they'd like to donate to Goldy's Farm, like a beater car or a car they want to sell us, then yes, consider us. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to get a new car and trade in your old car, just let us know. Betsy did that. She had an old Honda. She just got a new car, and she let me know that she was going to trade it in, and she asked me if I wanted to pay the trade-in value. But knowing Betsy Frost, yeah, she drives her car. She drives around a lot. So I was like, no, I'll get one that's, because she went through and she's like, it needs this, it needs this, it needs this. And I'm like, okay, well, but yeah, we do need because we had that Volvo, which was fantastic, but it couldn't get, the emergency brake went, and I went to get inspected. It failed the inspection because of the emergency brake, and it was $2,500 for the part to fix the emergency brake. And so we sold it to somebody in Maine, who in Maine, you don't have to have the emergency brake working for the inspection. And we used that money. We just put that money to Goldy's Farm. So it all went to a good place. But I'd love to have another car like that, because that was a great car. We had many good years out of that car. Okay, so let's see. They want a tour of the loft. Okay, it's kind of messy, but happy to do that. And is there anything else that I'm missing that you guys, okay. Sunshine and Chester are not going over to Goldy's Farm. We're not doing Goldy's Farm. I mean, sorry, I said that wrong. Sunshine and Chester are staying at Goldy's Farm. They're not going over to Meredith for many different reasons, mostly because we are really trying to keep everything, the cost down, and I've been saying this over and over again. Anything on Goldy's Farm needs to be working for Goldy's Farm, and that means that, we don't have to have all of these donkeys and animals that are not safe or to be around people and go for donkey walks. We probably should find them a new home. And so we've done that. We've really culled the herd, so everything here can go for a donkey walk. My 2 horses, because they're really my responsibility, that they can be in. We have the 2 stalls. Wallace is not using them right now, and if he does decide to use them, we still have the Tanner barn. I can put them in the Tanner barn. But they also, my horses they don't bite. They're nice horses. So they're good to look at. So when people come down the aisle, I can open the doors because there's a chain that goes across, and they can, pat their heads and do that kind of stuff safely. So it's nice to have big horses. We had Ted here, but Ted, that big mule, but Ted would go through the fence and crash through the doors, as you remember me swearing about Ted crashing through the doors all the time. So that's why my horses, they won't crash through the doors. They're terrible animals. They run around too much. They're fire-breathing dragons, but they're pretty to look at, and I think they're a good addition to this farm. So they're going to stay here. So I do try to separate my horses from the herd during the day. I didn't this morning because I was in a hurry. They're fine out together, but my horses are big horses, and they chase the little horses, and they're dominant over everything, but they don't hurt any. They're just terrible animals. No, they chase the mini horses, and they're dominant over the mini horses, but that's just the way it is in the horse world. They won't hurt anything, but they will, cause a big ruckus, but they don't actually kick and bite anything. So, but I do try to separate them from the day, and then my horses come in at night, and then the donkeys have full reign of everywhere. So I'm trying to make sure everybody has a good, happy life here at Goldy's farm. Any other questions that I haven't covered? Let's see. So I'm going to work on trying to figure out where to move everybody so we can get the cows back into the donkey stall, because I do agree that the cows and Sally were a good match in there. But I got to move chickens. That means I got to move rabbits. But we're still trying to get everybody. And Boone and Tenny are staying. Those are not. Boone is Elizabeth's, and Tenny belongs to Kate. So they're staying over at Meredith. And we are also going to continue to take care of the sheep over at Meredith till June 1st. And then it's just going to be I feel like from what I heard from everybody this winter, it's a lot to take care of everything around here. I do it when I'm here 7 days a week. I don't mind doing it. It just keeps me in good shape. It's my thinking time, so I don't mind, but it's a lot, and it was a lot this winter, so I'm just trying to get everybody into homes, into the right places, so that it's not going to be laborious over the winter months next winter. So having 2 farms with snow removal and, all of the moving parts and manure removal and things like that, it was a lot for the team over at Meredith, and it was a lot for over here, too, so let's... we don't need to, if they're not part of, it was one thing when we were part of Equine Rescue Network, but as of January 1st, Equine Rescue Network was transferred over to this woman, Deb Hurst in Wisconsin. I don't really have much to do with that, but a lot of these straggler animals were part of that. So we just found them good homes to be useful to other people. So yes, I miss the herd, but I think we have a great herd. Like when I go out there in the morning, it's funny because when Charlie left, the little spotted donkey, Magnus, has become a completely different donkey. He's very, very friendly. Like I go out there and he wants to cuddle. And then Arthur's ready to give him. The 2 breed of the horses are, I always say they're half fire-breathing dragon, but they're Dutch harness horses. And they're both rescue horses from Amish. Chester has had he was in a Amish... He was in a carriage accident, so he's a little bit he's a special needs horse. When riding, you got to know Chester, and so I've had a really tough time. I thought I bought him so that to give him a good home. I've found good homes for him twice, and he was returned within 24 hours. He's a beautiful horse, but he's very tricky to ride, and but once you understand. He sets the boundaries. He's like, okay, there's a way to get on Chester. You bring him to the mounting block. You give him a cookie. You put your foot in the stirrup. You get on slowly, sit down quietly, and then he turns his head, and then you give him the second cookie. If you don't follow that procedure, he'll probably buck you off. It's happened before. So, and Sunshine she was a Amish driving horse. It was kind of funny. I went to the auction to buy donkeys, and I just walked by her. She looked at me. And I was like, oh, something tells me I need to buy Sunshine. She was lame. And I was like, oh, I don't want to buy a lame horse. But there was nicer horses. If I was going to buy a horse, there was nicer horses to buy than Sunshine. And I didn't need another horse. But something told me I needed to buy her. And she was lame. She had a torn ligament. we had her rehabbed and taken care of for, it took about a year recovery, and she's a good horse now. She's a little bit of a, she's very well behaved. You tell her whoa, she's good, and she will whoa, and she's been Amish trained, but she will work hard. Like when you hunt her, she doesn't get tired and doesn't want to stop. But she's a really nice horse, and she's very, she really likes me. She really likes Michelle. She doesn't like Betsy. She doesn't get along with Betsy. She's a funny horse. She's a mare, I guess it is. When I first got her, the Amish they don't cuddle with their horses, and the Amish horses, they're a beast of burdens. So they drive them, they work them, they feed them, they take care of them, but they don't love them like you would love a pet. And so Sunshine didn't like me at first, but I'm so cuddly. Not really, but I'm very cuddly I scratched her a lot, and she would just ignore me. But now she's very, she does bond with me, and for some reason she really likes Michelle. So Michelle rides her. I don't have time to ride a lot of times because, as you know, I'm doing 15,000 other things. Yes, the alpacas do belong to Meredith. The sheep belong to Meredith. They have Harley's out there. Harley's going to stay out there because Harley's bonded with one of the donkeys that's out there, so they're all going to stay out there. It's just going to be less. It's less. You see how much work we do around here. Less is more. So let's just kind of streamline it and stay focused on our mission, which is to bring animals to seniors. And now that we're adding more responsibility with this Salem Hospital thing, life's got to be a little bit less stressful because, that's good. Less is more. So, okay. You guys want a quick little tour? Okay. So I'm going to now, I guess I could turn this thing around. Okay. Yay. All right. Turning it around. And this is my little office here. You can see, got all my computers. And it's not clean because I've been working in here all day. I've been sick for 2 days. And there's the desk. This is the little couch. And then Wanda has found a pile of blankets that she's sleeping on. That's not her bed. She usually sleeps in these chairs over here. Those are her favorite chairs. This is the kitchen. All of my meds here. NyQuil. That's for severe cold and flu. It's a little bit messy. Here's the fuel for the day, Keurig. Little microwave, a retro fridge that I bought. And this is the little bedroom. I have to get doors here. I'm going to get barn doors so I can close them. There's a little loft up there. I'm going to put a bed up there so I can, when my sister comes, I don't have to sleep on the couch. Too old for that. This is there's my bike. So I pedal that. And stuff that I've got to clean. Still unpacking. And then here's the bathroom. I got the nice shower. Let's put the shower doors in. Little bathroom. It's small, but it's fine. It's good enough. And then here's a walk-in closet with my mess. It's a complete mess of stuff. Little window. And then out the back, this is the best part. Out the back, we have my escape route where I can sneak out the back, walk along there, and run off. And my mother doesn't know I'm going out. I have to hide from my mummy. So, yeah. Okay, and then down here, hopefully I won't lose connection. This is the secret passage to go. This is down to, and Wanda's coming with us. She's right there. Down into my mother's area. There's a door right there. And here we go over into my mother's very crowded, very dirty area. And there's Justin trying to get the pig out. See, the pig is in the little cage.
Come on.
Oh, he's being Piggy! Piggy, what's the matter? Oh, he's running over to get... No. You're not coming in here. Oh, no. You're bad. Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh, you know what the problem is? It's raining. He doesn't want to go out.
You don't want to go out?
Want to go out.
It's not that bad.
Okay. Here, come on, Piggy. I don't have shoes.
Oh, hi, Wanda.
Come on, Piggy, you gotta go out. Come on, you gotta go out. Let's go out.
Buddy.
I don't know how. Yeah. Come on, Piggy. It's raining. You gotta go out. Out. No. Out. 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 No. 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 Out. 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 Go potty. See, he knows he can't get away with that with me. So there he's gonna go out and do his potties. And watch, he will potty.
You too.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Wanda.
Okay. He's walking. We're waiting. No, he's not pottying yet. Oh, no. And there's the potty. He's peeing now. He's doing his potties. Good little piggy. He has 103 people watching the pig pee. But see, he is housebroken. And he stands there nice and quiet. Nothing moves when he pees.
You guys are being horrible.
And he pees for a long time, I've noticed, too. Yep, he's all done. Now he'll come back in. But this is his house. He goes right in this house. And when you bring him in, he goes willingly into the house. Maybe he'll come back in and I can show you him coming in. I'm going to have to wash my feet because I'm barefoot in my mother's house. So, okay, let's see if he's ready to come in. I don't know where he went. Oh, I'll leave him out. There he is. He's right over there. Okay, here he comes. Okay, he's ready to come in, and I'll just make him go in his house. Come on, Piggy. Go in your house. In your house, Piggy. In your house. Piggy, Piggy, in your house. Come on. Piggy, Piggy, in your house. Get in your house. In your house. Go on in your house. In your house. Good boy. Do we have a cookie for him? Where's your, here, put a cookie in there, Mom. Okay, here's the wind up. So this is what my mother does, because she doesn't want to get up. She puts it in there. It drops out here. Yeah, that's how she feeds him a cookie.
Another one?
Yeah, give him another one. That door's not shutting. Okay, so she puts it puts the cookie in the tube.
There, and then this goes in here.
And he goes to the tube. He chews on the end of the tube sometimes. Then it comes out, and he eats the cookie. Yeah.
That's how we do it.
That's what's happening around here in this very crowded space.
No, and this is my exercise thing.
That's her
I'm supposed to
exercise.
go like this with it.
Yeah.
Oh, a whole bunch of these things.
Yeah. Here you go.
And then we get big.
And then she feeds the pig.
Does
But she
Wanda eat
picks.
dinner?
Yes, she does need dinner. If not better. Okay, so I'm going to close this now. So Piggy's now in. He's got his little blankets, and he sleeps very well there. His little
Who are you
blankets.
talking about?
I'm on mail call. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that's enough for one day. So I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. All right. So that's it for mail call on Wednesday. We'll see you guys next week. All right. Oh, you guys. Who's tomorrow? Michelle? No, Elizabeth is tomorrow. So Elizabeth is on for tomorrow, and we're good. All right. Bye, everyone.